When I was 10, I wanted to grow up to be just like Ken. Little did I know what I wanted was for someone to call me attractive. And it didn't matter that I kicked my rear into gear and had countless salads marinated with the phrase, become better looking. Because I turned out nothing like Ken. What Ken preached is that all boys should be tall, with golden sun-kissed skin to go along with a pearly white smile and a Brazilian body wax over a chiseled chest, to be defined as a man. And as I stand here now with absolutely none of those attributes, and although I can say I have a heart that's probably bigger than my head, I'm told that doesn't matter. Look at me. No, look at me. What do you see? Do you see a young, healthy teenager? Or do you see a boy, tortured by insecurities, a boy who has been told by others how he looks for so long, he doesn't know how to view himself anymore? According to a study done by Laguna Treatment Hospitals, 1 in 10 men suffer from a disorder called body dysmorphia. This makes the individual believe they are either too lean or too overweight, which raises the question, why is an issue that affects so many men so often unaddressed? With poetry, Ken Doll by Michael Mello, Body Image by Miko Berry, Body Without the D by Justice Amir, Mosaic by Tim Siebels, and God on a Treadmill by Benjamin Grossberg, Perfectly Imperfect, a program.
Somebody's put on a bit of weight. They'd always say that with a smile so patronizing you'd want to knock the teeth out of their head, and a tone as sarcastic as Satan when he says, "Is it too hot in here?" And I know that they're just teasing, and they're well within their reasoning because I'm not exactly that fat, so how can I possibly have body image issues? Well, they don't know. They don't know the journey that I've been through, but you do. You were there and you saw me struggle through school with all the bullies that replaced my name with insults for so long that I forgot who I was.
The boy is real, enough and too much existing as its own erasure. What an elusive D. Evade ding removal, avoid ding recognition, leaving just a boy that is not lost but can't be found. The boy feels empty. The boy feels like it will only ever be empty. The boy feels like it will never hold the weight of another boy inside, no matter how many D's fit inside the boy. The boy is real. When you see me, what is that image in the eye? Solid ghosts we are pictured here. In the lit world. Visible, we want to be seen, whether it's skin, fancy legs, shoes, or hats. To want is greater than to be seen. Nice lips with a moist sheen, eyes like mouths. What tortures? What tortures me is the question, what are other people thinking?
Oh, I remember I thought I could reason with the bullies, but it always came out so pathetic, like, guys, stop. You're hurting my feelings. I remember one of them said, fat people don't have feelings. And you know what? Technically, hunger is a feeling. But I felt plenty more besides that. I felt the word fat quickly go from observation to damnation. So my only hope for salvation really was to swallow their abuse. To eat up their insults until it made me sick. 3 times a day. And after every single meal, don't ask me how I feel because it's how I look that matters. I lost 20% of the person that I used to be. And people would always hold my hips like handles to some trophy they'd just won and say, "Wow, you look great. Tell me what you ate for dinner because I totally hate my figure and it looks like you're getting slimmer, so maybe you're on to a winner." And yeah, I got slimmer, but I never got better. I never got healthier.
I could never get there because I knew it was the image that I wanted, the veneer of muscle having taken primacy from mind. Now first among equals, bicep, abdominal, quadricep. I want the image when I'm it or nearly it because I'm also then that other thing. Self-conscious, burdened, struggling for movement. Because the only thing that should matter are the size of my biceps or that thing in my pants. As a society, we're put under so much pressure to be perfect. As girls are out there chasing that plastic definition of beauty they see in billboards, us boys are holding our tongues because we're told having insecurities and feelings about our bodies isn't manly. Ken has twisted my vision and the world around me has become a blur. I've chased Barbie after Barbie after Barbie to realize that all they want is a Ken. And if you're not a perfect 10, then you're a malfunction to the factory, right? And there's nothing you can do to change that, right? Because you're plastic, it's hardening into flesh. And there's no going back. Society prepares us for this world of war by telling us that we are brave and strong, but if we have insecurities, that is weakness. And if you care about the way you look, that apparently determines your sexuality. Mothers and fathers raise their sons to be the next Romeo or James Dean, which sets unrealistic expectations on us boys to be perfect. Because we're worried that one day Juliet or Audrey will just pass us by because Barbie only sticks to the latest fashions. And I'm not saying that it isn't hard to be Barbie, but people forget it's just as hard to be Ken. Because not all boys are growing up to be tall, with golden sun-kissed skin to go along with a pearly white smile and a Brazilian body wax over a chiseled chest. I might not be the definition of what a man should look like, but at least I'm not the definition of plastic. I'm not plastic, and no, I'm not Ken. Sometimes it takes miles to give up resistance, though the mirror shows a body unresisting shows perhaps something to admire. A body without difficulty loosening and breaking and cracking itself like a rusted bolt that finally begins to turn. And a body that turns toward openness, fantasy, those desires of and not of the body. Sometimes I notice a powerful man engaged steadily repeating himself in a difficult action. His tight skin folding itself over and over, lifting a declined torso or pulling a suspended trunk, and think, how neat, how controlled to be inside that body. I struggle not to stare and grip myself not to lose myself inside the thought of being inside that body. Suppose nobody knows what's inside you, but you find it pretty clear. Did you mean to be this way? Did you become something you didn't mean? You did not become something you didn't mean. Did you? I just need you to understand that for me and so many others like me, this battle has nothing to do with being thin. It's about learning to appreciate the skin that you're in, and it's a goal I'm afraid I will be chasing forever, so believe me when I tell you I'm not getting fatter. I'm getting better. The boy is real. The boy adorns himself with labels written for lovelier frames. Still a boy, but a fierce boy now. The boy looks at himself, and the boy is real.